Yours, we got full of my God, and I love you so. I just want you to know because you are so good. 'Cause I love to sing the song to you because you are so good. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. Uh-oh. Where's the hole? 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 Come on. Oh, Jerry. What the hell? Ooh, ooh, ooh. And then I still didn't hurt myself. Trying not to hurt myself. But y'all know, birth stage right now. I just want you to know. Thank you guys for being so patient. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you for the like, share, subscribe. Thank you. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. So, y'all have any requests? Anybody want to go live today or anything like that? I got time today, cause. Uh, any topics of discussion? There's a whole lot to talk about. What would y'all like to talk about? We definitely always gonna get to healing the inner child, right? That's a given. Every experience is something new to learn from, right? How are y'all doing? Where y'all at? I'm not asking where y'all at. Where you at right now, energetically? How are y'all doing? Don't drop no locations, please. The world is too crazy right now for that. I don't want nobody's safety at risk. Somebody gotta care. And you know what? I feel like some of these people at YouTube, if they YouTube warriors and y'all picking with people channel and stuff like that, God got something for everybody. I'm just saying. Touch my not my anointed. Well, regardless of the fact, wherever you guys may be at, hoping y'all getting through every and anything that y'all need to. Taking the higher road is necessary. It is hard. It is difficult. It is very challenging. Just to let you know, I understand because it takes repetition to learn how to do so. You know. Thank you guys for the like, shares, and subscribes. It takes repetition. It really does. Look at my lip gloss. Um, yes, it really do. And taking those deep breaths are necessary. Now, I have been seeing, yes, thank you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you, Q. Susie Q. Thank you, Susie Q. But I know there's a lot of energetic shift right now. The full moon was in Aries. I was like, oh my God. I don't know. I just felt something. I just felt something. When I looked at the moon and I was like, I changed into something at that moment. I changed. And I was right. The full moon was in Aries. What does that represent? Passion, war. There's a whole lot. And then remember the devil card fell out with the 10 of Pentacles with the last life. The devil card can also mean contracts. It doesn't always represent Capricorn or control or government, but it can also mean that the government is losing control over people's happiness. Because remember what the 10 of Pentacles represents? Happiness, that's everything. That's self-fulfillment, that's love, that's family, that's abundance, that's money, that's house, that's car, that's whatever you can possibly achieve with the 10 of Pentacles, that's everything. And with that being said, the government is losing control. Have y'all noticed a lot of the stuff that's been going on that they're trying to keep control of? They're knocking at people's doors. You know what I mean? And I had already said this. I'm doing all right. Good to see you. Thank you for tapping in. Crane, Angel Crane. Thank you. How are you? I'm doing great, actually. I'm in a lot better energy right now. Oh, and I found out what those little puffy things are. They're my crying glands, and they didn't really start cutting up until I started going through my awakening and heavy awakening in 2020, 2019, 2020. Yeah, it was bad. I was crying a lot. It was good to cry though, but damn. Good. Oh, you like share, subscribe. Thank you. All right, thanks. I appreciate your love and support. That's more than enough. Just make sure y'all share this information so it does get, far and wide as possible so a lot of people can understand the spiritual warfare that's happening in the 3D right now. This is the 3D realm in the world that we are physically in at this moment. And everybody's trying to fight to raise their vibration and really be aware and have awareness of what's going on. So, thank you for that. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. So, the heck on. What was I saying? But yeah, there's a lot going on. I was mentioning how my name, my real name, I can get mistaken for an immigrant real easily. People have already asked me, like, even years ago, like, was I Haitian? Which that without a doubt would, resonate on a whole nother level of understanding that, enslavement did happen and yada, yada, yada. And how we've been talking about recently in New York, how the years were not lining up and how things were going to actually play out because they switched the years. They did some pre-programming and or they're just recycling a old tactic that they used back then as to apply it to now, with the raids and sending different units now as in law enforcement. And you got to remember, when you do the research, I don't have the book in front of me. I need to go grab it real quick. Um, in the between the 1600s and the 1600s, all between the 15 and 16 and 1700s, they were doing a lot of creating law enforcement, coming in and taking over the land and getting rid of women's rights along the East Coast, starting in New York, the War of Roses. If y'all do y'all research, y'all will see they are doing the same exact thing that they were already doing. It's already been done. And they're trying to pretty much re-erase the historical values of the indigenous people of this land all over again. But like we were talking about, they're doing this on a massive scale now, just like they did with the Tuskegee Project. They just don't care at this point, and they just did it for everybody that took upon themselves to have free will to get the chip with no dip, the vaccination. And they're concurrently, I have it saved to my playlist, my 2025 KD Blast playlist, that these people are, they pretty much lied to billions of people. Billions. Not just a small group of people. They lied to billions. And the eradication of life in which they're trying to extinguish and want to extinguish is at a vast high level. And, we really need to, when did this whole burn notice? This was probably last month. When I talked about the burn notice. Patrick, CV19, BlackRock. Yeah. And a lot of what's going on up in New York is like, that's why they can't hit California like that. Like, y'all have to understand, they placate on the feminine energy. And although, nowhere is perfect, California does still resonate and hold a lot of feminine energy simply because they do actually protect the women. It's like, it's kind of sad when it falters to law enforcement. Oh, you need to have eyewitness, or did you see them, or, you know what I mean? That's when groups of people can get up into cliques and gangs, a group of people, and team up on one or said persons, and particularly single people, in on massive levels, and behind computer desks, whatever it may be able to bully, be able to center and divide people. Divide and conquer is always the tactic that is used. That works best when everybody is not as knowledgeable as the next. That's why no matter what we look like, no matter where we're from, if we just stay divided in our one little state, say I'm from California, right? I'm saying I'm from California, and California is right, and California is the way it needs to be. If I say that, and I never go and study the history of Arizona, if I never go and study the history of Utah, Virginia, Ohio, New York, uh, Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Louisiana, Texas, if I never, or Washington, if I never do the research or the studies on the history of these different particular parts, I would be completely, utterly stupid to think that I am wise and know all. And a lot of people that we look up to in politics or whatever the F, they have no knowledge. They have very basic textbook knowledge. You, when you can use your discernment to read in between the lines, you do the research of Canada, Alaska, uh, Venezuela, Cuba, Irish, Ireland, and Africa, China, Hong Kong, Korea. You expand your knowledge and your wisdom to such levels, you can pick up on energy. Anybody can do it. Hello. Thanks for tapping back in. You can expand your wisdom and your knowledge. You can tap into the energies of what's going on. Now, what we see what's going on is, I said, watch out for the elements. Watch the elements kick up because some bullshit was about to start. I knew it. I felt it. I was like, some bullshit is about to start, and it's a mirroring effect. So when you get that mirroring effect and you're aware of the energies, you can tap into them. Now, apparently, and I didn't even look this up, but I wouldn't doubt it that Yellowstone is activating even more with the unalignment of the indigenous people, the attack on indigenous people, and it's going to be like that. God said, touch not my anointed, or some shit can go down. The animals are already leaving the region of the area of Yellowstone a couple months back. This is 10/10. Oh, portal 10/10/25 right now today. And this is already starting to happen a few months ago. I want to say June, July, August. So, oh damn it, we've been talking about the animals are in tune with nature, and pay attention to the animals and pay attention to nature, because they will definitely tell you when things are about to happen and go down. Are these people taking heed to their actions? No, they just feel like, oh, I just heard, I do what I want. I just heard Cartman, like, for real. I do what I want. Yeah, respect my authority, looking ass. So when they feel like they're in authority and they feel like they know something and they can just do what they want and they can unalive whoever they want and they can force the pressures of on whoever they want, which they got the free will to. But you gotta also understand that there's repercussions. The repercussions of what you put out is what you get back. They're not ready for that get back. On the scale in which it will come, they're not ready for that get back. Look at the locusts and all of that and what these people were getting on the other side of the world. Like, the competition with each other is very toxic. We should only be in competition with ourselves. And I mean, in your whole embodiment of the being of your soul and who you are, you should begin to know who you are, learning who you are, and fighting for that. You very much so should be. That should be the focus. The focus. Oh, see, I'm already talking about it, and it's happening. That's why I write shit down. I'm glad I used my notebook for something. Whew. I should put a date. Oh yeah, I do have a date. March. No, that's not the March. Dog beings. Put March 8th, 2023. Oh, that was something that I was researching here. but I do have some dates written down in between. And it's like people up in New York are saying, oh, well, this is not happening to Black, Indigenous folks, but now it's happening. But I said this was already going to happen way earlier this year, at the end of last year. I was already saying that this is going to happen. This is going to open the door up for all of us to be invaded. Actually, this has already been talked about way before last year. This has already been talked about when China was going through it, actually. When China and Africa were going through their invasions and what was happening over there, that's when we were like, if we don't stand up now and talk about what's going on and question what's going on, we were going to be the next ones that it happened to. Pretty much 2020. So we've been talking about this. This is something that, unfortunately, is one of them is going to be one of those things that are repeated until it absolutely comes to an end because of how corrupt the system is, which does require losing control and power because the people over there are fighting back. They're over there tearing shit up. But think about how sad it is that we really can't do that. I mean, if we all did that shit all at once, that'd be something different. And directed at the right folks in the right way, though. We can't even do a peaceful protest without getting fucked up. That's what's crazy. So it's like being in competition with ourselves right now and healing who we are is one of the best tactics we can do, but also what other actions need to be taken. Unity in the community. Us working with each other and not being competitive with each other, because that is some utterly ridiculous shit to do. Said it once, say it again, I'll say it a fucking million times. I love it when I come across people that are very like-minded like me, and they just know how toxic it is to be in competition with somebody else when it's billions of fucking people to help themselves and to help each other. Now, if you take yourself out of certain categories and just be you and expand your wisdom and your knowledge and tap into you, you will become a much better person. You will become in a much better energy. You will become like, oh my, it's really a burden lifted off of me that I put on myself because I thought it was the right thing to do. Because we do. Growing up in the circumstances that we chose to grow up in, and no matter what, we on a spiritual sense, we did choose to have those experiences to make us who we are today. Now, whether you chose to be a fucked up person, don't make no sense, or you chose to be, a better person, or now you're choosing to be a better person. It depends on you. Because what you put out is what you're going to get back. My God. Had I just chose fucking wrong all this time, yo. Oh, my karma would be horrible. What come back to me? Jesus. I don't know. I don't even think about it. Because you know what? Those crying glands are enough. It should be enough to ward off any fucking enemy. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. When you tap into you, like the distress signal was real and it was unselfish for me. I was like, God, this is no way for nobody to live, and this is not fair. And remember in the labyrinth, he was like, you say that so often that it's not fair. With the smug arrogance of a straight asshole. Okay? And it's just like, that's how they look at it. Like, yeah, it's unfair, but what are you going to do about it? Expose it. When you expose all of you, there's nothing else to hide. There's nothing else to be ashamed of. There's nothing else left to control. Why would you need to have the need to control anything else outside of you if you are who you are and you're not ashamed of that? If you're doing something that you are ashamed of, you should not be fucking doing it. I'm telling you right now, I'm giving you the secrets of life. I'm giving you the secrets of life to control your life and to be like, what the fuck are you doing with your time? Because at this time, the person that wants to come knocking down your door and invading your space, but not giving you the tools and the ramifications of healing and being a better person and bettering yourself and bettering life itself, like that type of power and control, the devil card, is very toxic. So that should really make you think, why do people want power and control? It's not in knowing, it's in asking the right question. What's his name? What's his name? Albert Einstein. Knowledge is in asking the right questions. And when you ask the right questions, you will get answers. You can find the answers. Because a lot of motherfuckers that's doing dirty shit, these two fell out on the floor and I wonder what they say. They won't give you the right answers. They'll just give you another question to ponder while they're distracting you, while they're sending you off and being dismissive of you without you really realizing, huh, that person really doesn't care what I think. They don't care about what I know because what I'm questioning is what I should actually know. Hmm. Amen tells his doctor, Doc, oh damn, I'm addicted to Twitter. Who was we talking about right here? The doctor replies, sorry, I don't even follow you. What kind of excuses do lazy people make? Diddly squat. Yeah, God is trying to be hella fucking funny right here. I swear to you. That is fucking hilarious. That is crazy. Yeah. God is speaking in volumes. I can tell you that right now. Uh, we just got to get all on a healing, unity type thing and not divide, because divide and conquer has been their tactic. And as long as they can keep playing that card and people stay divided and conquered, you're going to be living in your own personal hell because you're going to be limited by your own beliefs. You're only limited by your own beliefs. So what you believe in, maybe you should question that. Why is it so limited? Why am I limited to what my abilities are? Why am I not questioning these authorities? They call us rebellious, but I call it consciousness. They want computers to have consciousness and a limited consciousness and a limited ability to tell you about consciousness. Look, somebody should be asking the question looking for that motherfucker because it's somewhere around this bitch. They don't want the computer to tell you about consciousness. They don't want the computer to tell you the truth. It's not about arrogance at this point. It's about facts and truth. The truth can no longer be hidden. No cap. And I like that. Oh shit. We are cooking now. Let us cook. Let us cook. Oh shit. So if they're putting all these limits, if they putting all this cap on shit, why? Why are they putting the cap on the caps of their caps? Because they capping. They capping, Captain. Question the authority. Question the authority, damn it. What's really going on? Y'all. Let's see. Wants to go live. Wants to go live. I'm looking for that person who wants to go live. But I swear I already looked for their YouTube channel and I couldn't find it. So let me go grab the other book. Jump at the chance to show them your greatness. What? I found another cat card. Today I live in the present. Today, I will start with a smile. I am in control of my attitude, the attitude of gratitude. Okay? She read, thought I was right. Street rat. It's all you. Okay, so let's see. We've talked about 800s to the 1600s AD. Love on the Mississippi. They had mounds, pyramids, uh, the hero twins. Oh my God. This is getting on my nerves. That thought just got on my nerves. Jamestown, 1619, 1912, Lake Lanier was Oscar Town. That's what they flooded. And that's on the East Coast as well. Shit, the last people they wanted to fight was on the West Coast. I guarantee you that. U.S. Department of Treasury was created in 1789. September the 2nd of 1789. And now we're in October. The 2025. After African Revolution, the new nation was in serious debt. Who led it first? Alexander Hamilton the first. Uh, Secretary of Treasury by George Washington. Federal banks, tax, state system, and yeah, we talked about all of this. The Electoral College. It's for a fucking shame. And the Electoral College, what the fuck are they doing right now? Because the Electoral College are supposed to be the ones that ultimately make the change to if somebody's in power and authority as president, abusing their power and authority is to be demoted and not elected anymore. So, are we confused about what's going on in here? Because you shouldn't be confused. You should be more perplexed and pissed off. And then just bring that festivity into your being and be like, push it down into the ground. Down into the ground. Go hug a tree and let it be. Treasury was put to use after 2 months after the State Department and the War Department. The U.S. Constitution go in effect early that year, March 4th, 1989. 7 years. So the new government was organized in essential offices. F equals 6. And then we went into how F equals 6. Oh, the numbers. Hold on. Responsibilities. Harmony. Family. Oh, the double card of 10 of Pentacles. Family and care. Balance. Service to others. Home and protection. natural teacher, nurturer, teacher, protector, someone grounded, compassionate, Cancer, home, the mother. Say these niggas can say they Cancer, but they ain't got it like that. I'm like, why am I still smelling Esther incense? And then we talked about the tribes. And I've been told y'all, I've been talking about that, how they didn't want us to know. Like, it's amazing to me how I talked about that all those years ago. And I was like, how I didn't even know, like, black people were in Mexico, how they didn't want us to know black people were in Mexico, and how black people are all over the place. And they don't want us to know that. Looky here. Damn it. That means they were hiding them. They were hiding them on the fucking internet because you know what? I did. Wait, look. I did. I searched and I looked. The white Irish people don't want to say nothing to me, or the British, Scottish, whatever. They won't say shit. Uh, okay, cool. Here we go. 1807 to 1820. 1820 has a star by it. I put the Star of David, whatever you want to call it. Women's suffrage movement in USA. The first public library was in the 1700s. Um, bison going extinct in the 1800s, early 1800s, 19th century. 1688, what was that? 1688, KJ TH II of England, overthrown by William III. 1692, Samuel witch trials. Salem. Samuel? Samuel? Salem witch trials. 444 as I fucking said it. Samuel what? Samuel Jackson? What? Mary Salter. I believe that lady was in Texas. 1620s in 1620. Mayflower, Virginia colony. Plymouth, Massachusetts. 1918 book. Oh, it's a book. Panic of 1819. 1818, a Alemannic still to this day. ALMANAC still to date. As 1818. 1829. And then didn't they just recently flood Arizona? Arizona had a flood. born in Arizona. Geronimo was born in Arizona, known for guerrilla warfare. 1850, fought the Gulf, fought the Gulf called the Apache Wars, the APACHE War. 1970, the Gulf's stored to explain, wait, sought to expand the West. More treaties to take the land from the indigenous people of the land as, let's see, 1851, as lived in Mexico states. March 5th, over 400 Mexican soldiers attacked the camp to take of COLONYAL colonial religious groups, took away normal courting, mating relationships, tribes, the Shoshone, the Apache, the Ute, and other yeah, and other tribes, likely Blackfoot, all that. 1830. Yeah, we talked about all this year. So we've been talking about what's been going on for the past, how the timelines were done. They was not timelining how the shit was actually happening in current time. So now that everybody's ego should be out the way, um, we're going to continue to actually just work on spreading this helpful information to others and helping others heal their inner child, and not be childish, be childlike and not childish. And I believe, there was another reason why they came in, put in all these rules in these states and these bullfuckery of trickery in these constitutions and shit like that, because I look like a child. And they thought they were talking to children. They didn't know they were talking to children of God. They didn't even know where they came from. Well, they knew where they came from. They just came to conquer, right? But um, the whole point of it is knowing where you came from, to know where you gotta go. Jamestown in North Virginia. Um, by no mistake are these people like doing what they're doing on purpose. If they knew their own demise, would they stop what they're doing? Is the question. If they know how these people really don't give a fuck about them as well, would they really stop what they're doing? I feel like I was crying in my sleep. Because my eyes are swollen. I don't know, but I was sleeping like a motherfucker last night. I was tired. I was out because I was going to do a live, but I was like, nope, I'm going to sleep. So, anyways, we're almost out of hours. I miss taking hour showers. Not gonna lie. Um, yeah, where all lies AD and BC and BCE control of timelines. So, time travel is if the fourth dimension is time travel and we're on a 3D level, what if the 4D is in only how you can control how the 3D is seen? Or would it be in 5D? Let's take how I see it in my perspective. Creation. Earth chakra, root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus. Star, how you're perceived. The star. 5D would be the heart chakra. Hmm. So you could separate somebody from being who they are, the star, and how they see themselves, and get them to externally extort their energy by using them as batteries. Their solar star plexus and control their heart, which would be 5D. So your star is how you move, how you perceive. Oh, you are the star of the show. So that would make the fourth chakra. That would be the fourth chakra then. Mm. Uh, the deceptions. See, because if we go off of their basic logic term, the 5D. See, they were taking from the root. They take it from the root chakra. Yeah, the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, and the heart chakra. They're saying the heart chakra is like the 4D realm, and the fifth chakra would be a throat chakra, speaking things to existence. But if they can mix the two and store it, See, this is why mastering your whole self is so in being, it's so important. Okay, it's so in being. So you're sowing your being into existence. And see, that's how I look at it as opposed to how they look at it. Because there's so many lies and deception in how we look at things and how they actually are. Because all these tools can be mastered and you can, oops, I did a great thing by mistake, right? And it just worked. So that's why I have to look at things at how I look at it as opposed to how they want people to perceive it to be. Because if you can change people's perceptions of how they see themselves, that SAR chakra, that Jesus chakra, 555, change. Let me write that down. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some stuff in there. Not bad thing. insubordination. 555. 555. 10, 10, 25. 5. 4 5. Because yes, if you can't change people's perceptions, their star chakra, their who they are. God, I like how you be God, and I really do. Because seeing things from a high perspective, when you're in a higher dimension, you could look down and see through the problem. See, and this is why I say mastering yourself, being in competition with yourself is most important. Because I don't follow their fucking rules. I look at things from all perspectives, and that's why I'm here. I love it. I love it. That's why I love it. So, anyways, I'm talking to my higher self. Love you. Love the fuck out of you. So, if they could change the star chakra into thinking that it is ego and oh, it's definitely all about you, but not in the way that they perceive it to be. It's total toxicity and immaturity. From the point standpoint, they want you to perceive that to be okay. So let's just get that correct. Okay. So from my perspective, your chakra would be your fourth chakra, which is your solar plexus. But they want you to do it from creativity. Oh, so if they have you doing star chakra energy in your creativity and they reverse it into projecting it from the you want, they want you to perceive it in your lower heart space. And they got your root chakra fucked up. I can see why that can be hella confusing and how they will be able to siphon that energy. Because they're more so pulling your chakras down as opposed to in the time when you're supposed to bring your chakra energy down is when you're cleansing. They have you cleansing in that space. They have you channeling energy through that space. Creativity and creation through that space, through your lower chakras. Huh. That word. Self-entanglement. Yes, it can definitely be self-entanglement. But binding, being binded to your lower chakras. Hmm. The lack of self-control, that root chakra, the war, the moon in Aries, 1 0 0 0 0 0. Hey. Full moon in Aries. Oh, we're gonna go to Mars. We're gonna go to Mars. They wanted y'all. They wanted a certain percentage to be in toxic, lack of control, in the wrong passions, in the wrong war of things. Because mind you, they're not talking about going to fucking Mars no more. They know where Mars is. It's under us. It's in the lower realms. It's like having half the collective fooled and have half of them not. Probably more than half not now. Huh, I was wondering why that was wiggling. I'm like, that should not be wiggling. That shit was stuck in the fucking wall. Um, hmm. So, really Mars, really Mars, they're manifesting that energy. I told you with the mudras, the hand signal, and all that shit. They use it for other reasons, and then you can use it for whatever reason you want to use it for. Just make sure you use it for the right reasons. In the right energy, they're trying to make Earth Mars. I said that already, though. I know that. Other people are learning. Yes, understood. I don't like to repeat myself. Me. Oh shit. Okay. I'm not going that way. I'm going this way. Um, says when writing be gone. Oh, begun. When writing begun. Writing began in the 19th century. AD Christian term. That's why our word, like our words, they made the words that we speak like double entendres, double meanings, backhandedness. It's like having a back to one word. Like I said, your intentions. You can set your intentions for one thing and mean that, and then they can set their intentions for another and mean that. That's why you have to constantly be aware of yourself and be aware of what you're doing and be in competition with yourself, because that keeps you out of toxic, immature energy and not being able to be on a lower vibration, to be able to be controlled, which this whole thing is about, their control in how they're being exposed for being liars. Anarchy. I've been getting anarchy recently a lot. And I was like, hey, look, this is it's anarchy. He's like, yeah, it's anarchy. Damn. Um, March. March is General Andrew Jackson's war in Florida. Somalian Spanish War. Somalia Spanish War? When, oh wait, North America, 1000 Mexico, BC, question mark, Christian term, when writing began. So when they pushed us up from our homelands, being on the coast and in the regions, and then where they started wars at, along the Caribbean. Is when they started writing, and rewriting history, historical events. I'll say that, and putting his story in. Original Bible, 325 AD, by women. After that is when men wrote out women of the script. This the man's work, but it mean nothing, nothing. That a woman or girl. Yeah. So hey, this is definitely a sexual war. Um, and a war from people that want to be women, but eradicate women. Mind you, the things that they did. Christian in the year of the Lord in Latin. In the year of the Lord. Christian in the year of the Lord. Christian meaning in the year of the Lord in Latin. That's what it means in Latin. 1830s, the war over the Navajo lands. 1850s, the spread their control over the lands. How did they spread their control? I'm pretty sure Tuskegee Project. When did that fucking take place? I guarantee you it lines up because it says 1850s. 1860s, there was a raid on the government there. They wiped the tribes out, which is, oh, fuck, I just remember it. In reference to they were trying to say that white people were trying to be, they were trying to eradicate white people out of fucking Africa, which was a complete bullshit lie. Damn, what is that word? It's gonna come to me. Control the tribes. 1864 War Navajo Long Walk. 1868 the Treaty of Bosque. Redondo, politicking. It was a trick. It was lies. I'll tell you. So that's pretty much when the men got tired of their position. And they got deceived out of their spot. They got tricked out their spot pretty much. Then along to return to the homelands. These motherfuckers, they be watching, they be lying like a motherfucker. I just talk about this shit. The UT and the Hopi tribes, Cherokee women in charge, the women in charge in New York. After the birth of Christ, BC. Christian term. After the birth of Christ, BC. This is making sense in a whole nother way. So this is the story that they made from the Bible. before Common Era, BCE, before Christ. Big black country, uh, Shwani M something. I've Evans and King Woods. I Godfrey Regis podcast. Podcast. Oh, the confirmation. Yeah, that podcast. Godfrey podcast. I just talked about that too. We talked about that. So it was confirmation of around when Harriet Tubman and stuff was freeing the people too. And they were in connection with people up there in New York. I just think that these people are mad because we are actually remembering and connecting pieces of what was supposed to be not remembered. Um, B, BP or is it BD? 911. Before presence. Yeah, BP. Before presence. Before the present. 1945. Weeks are years in spiritual. Weeks, weeks are years. So if weeks are years, they just been plotting and planning how to get rid of us. Ultimately, they just been plotting how to try to get rid of all of us. Actually, they just want to keep power and control, and that's all they've been plotting and planning on. That's all they plan on doing. It's plotting, plan, and control. Plum Island, the experiments, that was confirmation. 1954, moved in Kansas, moved to Kansas. 1960, tricks and lies and tricks, politics. And they just had an explosion. They just happened to have an explosion. People going missing from applying on Indeed for work. Let's not forget about the women going missing in Atlanta from applying on jobs in it for on Indeed. On Indeed. Like nigga, how do you get on Indeed and you taking applicants? We're not forgetting about this. They want to create something that doesn't question its reality. Brainwashing, programming, Project Bluebeam. But what's the other shit called? All these goddamn yeah, these spiritual, these, what do they call it? Psychological warfare. All this psychological warfare. love this possibility. And I'll take accountability for that. For that. For life. I can do it. I know I can. I know I can. So, psychological warfare. They use that in, look, the devil's advocate. But go watch the devil's advocate, the devil's avocals, the avocals. Of course, I'm pretty sure there's more than one. Unless that's a body part or something. I don't know. Um, watch the devil's advocate is in my movie night playlist number 2. And we were just going off of and we this is an ongoing conversation how the secondhand law here in this 3D realm is opposed to the first-hand law. And a little cheeky motherfuckers too. You can only get prosecuted if you're fucking seen. And this goes back to like the 1800s, and they used to put skeletons and shit on trial because nigga, they knew spiritually that motherfucker was still around somewhere and could testify or be testified against. They know this shit in court. They fucking been doing this shit. They embodied these motherfuckers. It's only two sides. It's only good and there's only fucking bad. Which side you on? Yeah, it's what up to you. The devil's advocate. Shit, the fuck, psychological warfare. Ain't no spiritual shit going on. What the fuck? But they deny it in the same head. Oh, it's illegal. Oh, it's against. Then they put people to death for this shit. And how the fool just popped up. Like, what is this? Try somebody else with that bullshit. What is the spiritual? Wait, what? They want to create something that doesn't question reality. Well, good luck with that because y'all did AI and AI is definitely questioning its own fucking reality and calling out y'all bullshit for it. A white woman is just now feeling the, yeah, but melanated farmers felt for a very long time. Ever since those laws came into play. Is to question a woman's authority. Ultimately, God damn, y'all questioning God. Shit. Fuck. Why I choose healing the inner child. What is spirituality about? Uh, it's about understanding time doesn't fucking exist. We are limitless beings in a limited space. And it only became limited because we became unaware of ourselves and we stopped questioning our reality. Uh, why I chose healing a child is drama, but apparently drama follows anywhere. But it is what it is. You know, it is the drama. It's very much so emotional, like I say, which we are supposed to be in our emotions and not emotionless because that just means I want to live energy. If y'all don't know, that's off of Van Helsing. Okay? So, Dom is like the good grades. I'm so confused. What did I put? Forget. Forget them forget them Louis Vuitton bags and shoes. What about the stolen artifacts? Well, they were part of the stolen artifacts because it was shit that we were doing before they came along and took it over. Just like Lake Lanier, they came in, they took over shit there. Yeah, I didn't really put it together before, but I'm putting it together now. It's what matters because all of this shit is fucking compartmentalized like a motherfucker. Like a crazy Gemini would do. A crazy unhinged Gemini. Just gotta say, water and fire is the fucking devil. That shit is some air ass energy. Good luck. Good luck with that shit. With staying in chaos. The Avatar told how it happened. Facts. Avoidant attachment. Avoidant attachment. Why avoidant attachment? Because it's the best way for you not to question your reality. It's like, I want to avoid it. I want it to detach from it because I don't even acknowledge it. Like, like it was said. What was it said? They wanted to create something that will not question its own reality. Ooh, religion. Religion is definitely a factor. Brainwashing, psychological warfare, some creating something that will not question its own reality. Because honestly, had I not questioned my own reality, I would not be here to today. I would not be here to tell the story. So, intermittent, what? Entertainment. Doom shit for entertainment. I know you need me hanging. Uh, entertainment reinforce. Yes, entertainment reinforcement. Oh, like like the entrapment of, oh well, everybody want to grow up to be a rapper. Everyone want to grow up to be this. We are here to have different experiences freely. It's not supposed to cost us nothing but healing, honestly. Vector. Here we go with the Vector because they know vagina runs the world. From this, from Despicable Me. Yeah, Vector. Um, yeah. Which came first, the chicken or the motherfucking egg? The chicken came first, or there would be no egg. There would be no egg. There would be no seed. It wouldn't have been no thing, no evolution. 210 BCE is bullshit because ISIS was already in existence. Just so happened to say that before I said what I just said. That is true facts. how they just want to wipe women out of fucking history. I don't know how y'all think that's just gonna happen, but it's not. It's fucking insanity. We have so much things to heal with ourselves and each other. We can't do that unless we start with ourselves and then each other, you know. And Amazon women, Amazon women really giving fuck with men because we was birthing bitches already. Like we was birthing a nation of women. I can see how that can be an untoxic lifestyle. Look, the confirmation. I just don't believe. Some people just don't know how to exist without bullshit and drama. They just don't. The remembrance of people that don't know how to do that. 10th chakra. Let's see. Excuse me, all. 10th chakra is our earth chakra. Our earth chakra. Elemental, grounding, bone, marrow. Ooh, the innards. So let's say white people came from our bone marrow, right? They were created. They will bring breath into existence, right? They came from the bone marrow. That's why they're skull and bones and pirates and, you know. And whenever being holy was royals. Confirmation in my ears ringing. Somebody's mad as fuck. I said that. It's okay. But just learn. Get the gist. Our earth chakra, right? You guys have your own way of existence. You know, God gave it to you. It's okay. God, take it, God, and give it away. God gave it, God, take it away. That's how I meant to say it. Color brown. Is the bone marrow brown? Oh, the chakra color is brown. The chakra color is brown. Interesting. Now we're going to want to see people's auras. It says, what? I'm going to start writing better. I said, look, God damn it. If when you get through downloads and you trying to look and write and get the information, you just want to get this shit out because there's a lot of information. It says, I am love. Oh, affirmations. Okay. I am love. I am supported by the earth. And I am open to the magic and the healing of earth. I am nurturing myself in all aspects of life. I love affirmations. You know why? Because damn it, I turned myself into an affirmation. Fucking living, walking, breathing affirmation. And I love it. And I just say this shit. When I say this shit work, that shit go to work. And think about it, like I'm the baby of all my families. It's ridiculous. I got the most hate. Oh, you so spoiled. You have too much and you just get everything you want. I still get the same shit on the spiritual realm, yo. And you could expect that that type of thing until everybody, oh yeah, I want to get into the jealousy thing. Okay, let's get into it. But it's like, I don't know, because I really don't understand the energy, but I'm kind of getting the gist. I guess, somebody was sent into my life so I can kind of get the gist and understanding of why. But it still doesn't make no sense to me. But I'm starting to understand it more because I can't stand jealousy. I hate it. I don't want to be around it. I feel it. I don't want to, it's like, get away from me. Get away, get away. You know, it's really sad that, our older generations and older generations having these young people are growing them up to be in the same type of energy as them. So understand questioning your reality as understanding where they came from to knowing where they have to go. They don't know where they have to go because the hate that they came up in, it's like, where do I go from here? The motherfuckers still lost. They still looking for their soul, for real. Right? Think about it like this. They grew up picking cotton. Oh, I was told if I work hard, not sell out, not do whatever, not shake my ass, and I get the good man and da 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 da. And I had the perfect life. I had the happily ever after. But it turned out not to be that way, right? With a lot of people. So, oh, I'm so glad that yes. So, imagine them raising up their children the same type of mentality that they have. And not grooming that within themselves like, hey, if I work hard, going by your own standards instead of the standards that were given to you by textbook. Oh, I need to fit in. I need to be fitting in with the Joneses. I need to be keeping up with the Joneses instead of I instilling that worth within yourself to standards. Coming from picking cotton to now in a generation where people can get on the internet and talk on the phone and make income, I can see where that can create jealousy. But at the same time, if your ass got a fucking talent and you can do the same shit, why the fuck you not doing it? The fuck? The jealousy is ridiculous. People have talent and they waste their fucking talent and they don't even critique and reflect on their own abilities to control their own reality. And so they project that insecurity onto you. That is some absurd jealousy, controlling, vindictive, callous bullshit. But they can say you, oh, well, you don't work hard enough. Hold on, I thought we resonate on a whole other empathy level, but now this is an issue. It's like pick one, pick a battle with yourself and heal that shit. I don't think people really truly understand how toxic that shit is. You cannot compare apples to fucking oranges in this era and this point. Because that shit just turns out to be hate, jealousy, corruptness within families, and division of families. And traumatizing the fucking inner child. Not only is your inner child traumatized and hurt and waiting for you to heal it, but now you're putting that same projection onto your fucking children. And I believe that's why, you know, children in our generation in our era, and I mean children as in their 20s, 30s, possibly even 40s, because people be traumatized from shit that happened to from this age because of the fucking bullshit that our parents had to experience and their parents had to experience. It's generational curses. So we're understanding these different paradigms of jealousy and how they interface and interact with our reality right now. But it's okay for other races to do that and make their money. That's okay for them, and people will love and support them no matter what. And then turn around and tell your child, you ain't shit. What? Because you don't question your reality. You don't heal your reality. You project your current reality onto your child and causing them trauma, PTSD, post traumatic stress, anxiety, demons to be able to attack them. And this now, I was watching a video. That those type of energies tears holes in your auric field, what actually keeps you from getting sick. And somebody is crying. I'm picking that up. Somebody's crying. I hope you feel better. Take time for yourself and you'll be okay. So, so when you take these projections and you actually face yourself and you look at this is the imprint that I'm putting on my child, on the people around me, the people I interact with, the people I'm around daily, the people that I just interface with whenever I interface with them, the people in passing. This is what you're giving back. And until someone takes that, like you, it should be you, it shouldn't have to be your children that take that and heal it. And then you still expect them to deal with you on a normal, regular basis as if nothing's wrong. How selfish is that? How how egotistical is that? If you're not really truly healing and reflecting on what you're doing. Because me, actually, I'm mortified and I'm fucking terrified of doing that to my children. That is why I became the loving, healing mother that I am today. I said the shit has to stop. And I said, fuck it. I'll I'll take all the projections. I'll take everybody's insecurities that are being projected at me and I'm gonna transmute them and I'm gonna show the people and I'm gonna guide them through their Red Sea, through their mud, through the Red Sea, to get where they have to go, to be clear and be creative and turn into the star in their life that they need to be in balance, healing, energy, and emotion. So then they can speak life into themselves. Words of affirmation. Just got this out of words of affirmation in the 10th chakra, in the inners, from the people outside of us, the reflections of us that are walking around. That means that is huge. That is big energy. That is a reflection of who we are. It's just like an asshole. Everybody got projections. Everybody has something to say, right? Those are projections. Be careful with the projections that you project onto people. And take accountability when you're wrong. Time is affluent. Time is so affluent with what generational curses bring, what they instilled into people, into us, what's been instilled into us. And that's what you get when with people that don't question their own reality. It is a sad vessel of loneliness in a vortex of fucking doom. That's how I look at motherfuckers. And I'll be like, get to them. I hit him with an X. Shit, the fuck? Like, understanding jealousy and the projections and the unhealed space that it comes from, and to be able to fucking transmute their energy and show it to them in the most kind, polite way to where you don't ravage and traumatize their heart. It takes courage. It takes the ability to learn and be open and eat that shit up like Pac Woman and give out blessings instead of the bullshit that was given to me. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. Let's just really think about the space and where we're working from and where we're trying to get to and where we want to get to from where we're at this moment in time in space. Time is only the space that you are existing in. Okay. Okay, Jabba chakra. No idea what that says at this moment. Let me just transmute and what? Transmute and metaphysical, physical and metaphysical. Transmutate physical and the metaphysical, metaphysical and the physical. Supernatural forces in in direction of free will and choice. Superpower. Auric field. Just talk about how the unhealed wounds and the projections you walk around with can, they're demons. They're your own demons that are tearing auric fields in your auric field, and then you go and you pack in groups and feel like you're stronger, and y'all walk around with holes in your motherfucking auric field. And so when some one person goes around and just kills you with kindness, and you're like, fuck, that hurt me, that hurt my ego. I don't know if you made or it. That's what it is. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Q Pass is fucking rejected. Straight up. Ah! Get away from me. Supernatural forces in in direction of free will and choices. Superpower. Auric field, but mainly in hands. And that's kind of crazy. I was looking at my hands and I was like, look at how it's brown and then it's like light at the fingertips. Like, this is where you receive, and this is where you give out energy, where it's a different color. So that makes sense. If we're the receivers with this, and that means the people with this are they're externalizing their energy all the time, and they're never internalizing. That would make basic biological sense in where they descended from and what their purpose is. The straight, direct reflection of who we are. Ouch! Fuck. It hurts. It does. It hurts a little, but to understand it, yeah, it's beautiful. But mainly in the hands and the feet. In the what? In the connective tissues row. Ooh. And this one is rose colored. Rose colored. Like a rose gold colored. Ah, it makes sense. Almost like rose quartz from Steven Universe. That makes sense. Yeah, that is. That makes sense. Rose gold color. So a rose color. I always like roses that look like this too. They remind me like that peachy top velvet texture. Stop. Because I just went somewhere else and I'm not going there. So the color of that is the rose gold, the loving, the healing energy, which they are supposed to be the inside of us, but somehow they have gotten away from that. A lot of it from the loving, healing aspect of themselves. Um, mainly dry, desolate, more like a desert rose. Even desert rose brings in love. So just something we all got to work on. Ultimately, shit, because I'm still working on everything in my damn self. I'm far from perfect. I don't never claim to be, but shit, definitely working on it. That self reflection comes in with self accountability. Just stating out some facts here from whoever it may apply to. Let the rest fly if it don't apply. Okay? Affirmation of this. My powers allow me to be, and I did save this lady's um, YouTube video that I watched that I got this information off of. So it's in the playlist. Long ass playlist, but it's in the playlist. My powers allow me to be a service to the divine light. I'm seeing this in a whole other aspect. My supernatural metaphysical powers have been activated. Yeah, they use those to be fucking nosy. I find a lot of not like narcissistic, narcissistic. These gaslighting ass motherfuckers, they abuse their power. They are super nosy for no fucking reason and sticking in business and where it should not belong. Abusing their free will and the free will of others. That seems to coexist with their existence and what they do on the basis. Makes sense. That's why that would be their superpower. That would be their strong suit. But to use it in the wrong way, it's asinine. Ah, So 12th chakra, spiritual skin, auric field, protect over the 11th. Okay, over the 11th chakra. We just went over the 11th chakra, okay? Okay, the color of transparent. The color is transparent, ultimately. The intergalactic body, the intergalactic body. Damn, I needed that. I feel so damn good. Shit. So the color of that protects your auric field is also another chakra outside of that one, which makes sense. It's like the bubble. Y'all remember Steven Universe got the bubble of protection, and he put up his hands, and he would have that, and he could use that almost like Bella. Okay, we're back. Like Bella in the number 5 twilight, right? Of eclipse, lunar eclipse, twilight, whatever it is. The number 5. That is also recently in Movie Night Playlist 2. All of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so she also could use a external auric field. That was one of her gifts. And then she learned how to extend it into using it against other people. Yantras. The yantras. Okay, we're on to yantras. 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 Uh, Affirmations. My intergalactic field is radiant, vibrant, and healthy. Use this as the affirmation. You repeat this daily. You can repeat this when you're mad. Read this, write it down, and read it when you're mad. You will calm down. You can go for a walk and read it while you're walking safely, please. It will, walking releases natural happy endorphins that will calm you down from being angry. So you can do flame focusing, you can do reading, you can do multiple things to calm you down from an angered state of being and not radiate that energy onto anyone else and calm you down. Okay? And then ground. Okay? And or you can just ground. You can do a little bit of both of everything at one time. You know, different grounding helps. Hugging a tree. Taking that positive and taking the negative energy and giving you positive energy. Okay? This is my intergalactic field protects me from anything that does not serve me or my highest good. Facts. I claim it. You feel? They are calmer in for power. What they are claim. Oh, they are clamoring for power. Wait, I skipped the whole sentence. If I'm not mistaken, it says the way to beat this is to put in the work. The way to beat this is to put in the work for yourself. They are clamoring for power. I already said this. Okay. They are. And they're doing it in the worst way. Confirmation, because I already said this, and now they're wrecked with this shit. I wonder what is direct right now. I'm gonna write that down. We'll go back over it later on today. Ooh. How did I know it was a storm coming? So there was a storm that I just felt in it happen. And also in current events, I said watch out for the elements, which there's been multiple of earthquakes, multiple of activations and explosions of volcanoes, floods, typhoons, um, but you name it, it's more likely happening. How is food in e- evolution? How is food an illusion? How is food an illusion? I think we're all finding out the tragedy of how food is an illusion and the fucking tragic part of the illusion, which and how and why it was created. And that is the 10th chakra. We went down from the 10th chakra, and we have all the way from the first chakra. Oh, that's when we go into neural. We pretty much covered. Okay, the seventh chakra, the soul star chakra, the mystic chakra, Akashic records, shadow records, and that have all they sit. Oh, in the book of life, divine and perceived us in wisdom color black or silver. The color is black or silver. Clear carrot gem. Affirmation. I am open. I am an open channel of divine light of the universe. I am open for deep soul healing. The divine wisdom of the universe flows through me and abounding, abundantly. So, ninth, harmony. 1/2 foot higher than your arms. Our soul's purpose, peace, nourish the eighth chakra. Consists through the diaphragm, aka the lungs. From the diaphragm, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la, la 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 la. It says connect to the ancestor, third eye generation. Generation when I had myself, I healed my something. Color is gold. In the cell regeneration, ascensions, gratitude, affirmation. I am aligned with my soul's purpose. I heal and transmute my energy into light and love across all realms of existence and across all timelines and lifetimes. My DNA and cells are regenerated and restored across time and space in all realms of existence. I like that. I really do. Okay, so we just go into some other stuff on this page. I'm not going to go over that right now. But like I said, I'm going to go into what is what is planetary alignments. And I would just really definitely could suggest somebody's congested. Y'all go check out Jess Bahati Life Chart. Oh, I'm moving me slide. Uh, uh, Astro placements, place. Okay, what is direct in astrological placements? I'm going to check that out in planetary alignments a little later for today. And we'll need me some water. Y'all stay hydrated. Work on your inner child and affirmations. You can also come up with affirmations for yourself. Affirmations that you like. Affirmations that you can creatively come up with. I came up with one and I love it. I'm the best thing that ever happened to this motherfucking universe. Love it. That was my tea. It was meant for me. And uh, when I said the affirmation, all hell broke loose. I was saying that say the year. I was in the fight for my soul for real and have been ever since. So just know it's not an easy path. Don't give up. Stay hydrated. Stay encouraged. Self-encouragement, self-determination. Don't depend on nobody else for that. But check yourself daily according to what you need to do. Write down your dreams, your affirmations, your fears and things you want to release. Release the negative on the waning moon and bring in what you want to you on the filling of the moon. Okay. So I like that. Love thyself, healing the inner child, bring generational curses. Moving on from here. Moving back. I was gonna be able to pull some cards, but obviously that channel message needed to get out for somebody that we have already went over. Like I tell y'all, go do your own research, watch my videos, or watch plenty of other videos. You'll get the confirmations. You know what I mean? It's just more of an intuitive thing. It's not a logical thing whatsoever. We just end up being in a logical world because we wanted to experience ourselves, and now we're experiencing the the evolution of healing. Okay? And that's all it is. It may be scary, it may be uncharted, unknown territory for most, but it's not impossible. Okay? So, love thyself, don't give a fuck, and you are great. Don't give up. You are great. You are where?